Up. I had problems coming on to try to come on and talk about a possible blackout this weekend, and I'm having problems logging on already. Radiation is coming, eh? So we're going to talk about that. Give me a second, guys. Thanks for being here. We're going to start the stream. Rumble, Twitter in the house, and YouTube. We have a big show, really big show for you today. We got a 30-plus minute video of news today, my response to Elon Musk's search for alien life. He said he's not seen any UFOs with his 6,000 satellites, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with that today. Coffee time. And blow my nose time. Do, 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 do. Oh yeah, hot coffee. Hot coffee. There we go. I'm here. Glasses on. We are ready to go. Thank you so very much, my thoughtful friends, for being here. So the sun is causing a lot of hype, right? We got Alex Jones right now is talking about the sun. I didn't know there were 6 X-class flares. I thought there were only 4. Spaceweather.com is talking about the solar flares happening, 3 of them coming to Earth. It's going to start probably in the evening. Alex, he says he's going to jump on the bandwagon to be the first to let people know about the tornadoes. No, Alex, we got a lot of really good researchers on YouTube that are talking about this, probably even before I talked about it. But I've been on the horn for quite a while to talk about the tornadoes. And you guys know when I film giant sunspots, that's when we get the bad weather. And it's like, I confirm extremely bad weather on the horizon for sure, without a doubt. For sure, without a doubt. Didn't shave, had time just to brush my teeth, jump on the coffee. I made a long video, so I'm almost ashamed to say that it took me 3 hours to make the stream video. If you're new to the channel, you can subscribe and support me that way, because I'm telling you, I work my ass off to make these videos. They're interesting. We're looking at some of the research at the same time, and I'm interested in what Elon Musk said. He just was on space.com, I think, if I'm not mistaken, talking about how he has not seen any UFOs with the 6,000 satellites. So that's going to be an interesting thing to talk about. And me, an amateur, just trying to shoot Elon Musk's name in there, thinking to myself, just maybe Elon Musk sometimes must look at the titles with his names in it. Can you imagine what that poor guy has to endure? Everybody talking about him. Elon doesn't know this. Elon knows this. But I have no intentions on doing so. I think it's interesting the way he talked about aliens. He's not excluding the idea that extraterrestrials can exist. He hasn't seen any proof of it in the sky or here on Earth. So I got some proof for him. It's his lucky day, and we're going to be looking at it. At the same time, there's a nice little pause of him with his hands there saying, like, there's nothing in the sky. So we're going to present my work in his hands. You'll see. And have a little bit of fun. Darla, Divine Sorcerer. Horrible lagging. Yes, guys. I had problems logging on. There's going to be lagging because of radiation. Some people are already experiencing the radiation, so get ready to have some problems. Unfortunately, there are going to be some connection problems today. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be connection problems. Good afternoon, Divine Sorcerer in the house. Thank you very much. Loved your video of the pentagram. And listen, I'm totally into the symbolism and the patterns and everything that we see. Stars are in ancient cultures in many ways, and not just stars, the pentagram. And you guys can check out on that channel right there, spradparanormal.com too, his website, but you can check out the pentagram video. It's always these channels that get no views, small channels, and you look at the videos and you hear this, holy shit, you hear this really interesting video. I really liked what you said about the pentagram and not just the pentagram. It's called the pentagram. You guys go check it out yourself. A couple of you did go and see. Thank you very much. Greetings, Mr. Star Hunter. Thanks for the kind comments, man. Thanks for the Patreon comment on the other side. Thanks for being a patron, for everything you do, for everything all of you do here to support the research. Here's the funny part. We're maybe not the end of the world, but the largest explosion on the sun just occurred in our lives, by the way, because nobody was here at the end of the 1800s. I'm almost positive. And that means that for me not to have any views on that video, on top of having captured a UFO at the same time, proves that the traffic is being blocked. But I do not believe that artificial intelligence can absolutely block the channel out, because all of you that are here, 60 of you. Yeah, maybe that's a problem. 60 of you that are here right now, even if you turned around and told one person, well, there's going to be 120 people that know, and it could be by the end of the day or the next morning that there's 140 that know, and so on and so forth. But it doesn't occur because there really is suppression. Kai, my brother Kai, how's it going, brother? Said that now to prepare for the heavy shadow banning, right? Everyone's been shadow banned, certain terms and subjects are being shadow banned, but now it's getting pretty serious. Oh, my alien's off again today. Miss Susan Ravella, how are you doing? Hope Rocky's doing well. I hope you guys and gals are all doing well. Hauser's in the house. Got a hell of a good video to look at today. A little bit of fun at the same time. If you've never heard of the Carrington event, please look it up before we all die because of another Carrington event. Solar radiation and the radiation that's coming. Back in the day, during the Carrington event, the electrical devices worked without being plugged in. That could be a dangerous thing because governments turn off certain machines, right? Get it? Can you imagine CERN doing something ridiculous because all of a sudden radiation's bombarding this? And that is nothing. I get into it in the video talking about the nuclear power plants that will be operated with generators, diesel generators. Those diesel generators are at ground level outside. If there's a nuclear strike or if there's a flash from the sun that absolutely brings down the grid, or causes floods because dams won't be working either. It's a serious situation. Planes coming down out of the sky, falling out of the sky, satellites too. GPS doesn't work. People at war cannot communicate with the people on the ground. Terrorist attacks are imminent and dangerous. That is like even a glimpse of what could happen when a grid goes down. Could you imagine the Carrington event or the grid going down during an event like 9/11, not being able to scramble jets? Well, even though they seemingly did not understand on how to do it. Um, you know, did you hear the jets that were scrambled for 9/11? What they were saying? Is this real world? What's going on? I don't see any jet. I don't see any plane. Oh yeah, there's a plane hit the trains. It's a little scary to think that with the grid up, that was going on. So if you think with the grid down that any country is going to be protected, it won't. It absolutely won't. It absolutely won't. Hopefully, no foreign countries or adversarial countries have a weapon that can be used with free energy when the grid goes down. Well, hey, look, they're already developing free energy. So it's definitely a possibility. Something that could definitely scare us. Anika, everybody, thank you so much. Jules is here. Hey, Earthlings. Mr. Grip Ripper is in the house. Thanks again, Star Hunter. And hello to everyone on Twitter. Thank you so much for being here, for your interest that you have in the research that exposes a good part of the secret of the moon. Elon Musk, it was very interesting seeing what he had to say today. And we're going to go over that together at the same time and look at some of the research, because obviously Elon cannot know everything. Obviously, poor guy, eh? But if he's the one in charge of being hired to bring cargo and design spaceships and rockets to go up there and land, he knows about the UFOs. But that's just me. That's what I feel. Hey, Elon, I'm sure he's got plenty of time this afternoon to sit down on a Friday at 1:30. Definitely just having a coffee, not doing nothing, right? No, Elon won't be here, but it doesn't matter. Parts of this video will be really, really cool, and maybe some people will drop off the video on his channel. I'm pretty sure he's open-minded enough. Probably get a good laugh. Thank you very much, Kai. Michael Dietrich, thank you. Finally made alive. Thank you very much for doing so, my friend. Thanks again, Darla. Yeah, Kai, the lagging for some of us is going to be probably big lagging on the big screen, Jules of Southern Oregon. Perfect. You're going to enjoy the video today. Not happy about hearing that. Yeah. The way he's, yeah. Um, the radiation, radiation affects people. If somebody has seizures, maybe the seizures can be stronger. If somebody's sick and has colds, maybe that radiation will make the colds, or maybe people that have breathing problems will have more problems during the radiation. I'm not here to scare people, but I think it's important for us to wake up and maybe protect ourselves against, somebody asked me, anybody have a Faraday cage big enough to put a Tesla in? I thought it was pretty good. Even though it's near the end, don't mention it. Yeah, it's a lot better, but it was acting up a little bit today, but it's doing a lot better, Susan. It looks a lot better. Well, actually, it feels better. Metal cup for hot coffee. We are 97 listening in. Azur Natsiv, hello, C in the house. Miss Kristen Kruger, thank you very much for being here. Much love to you all. Does anyone else have a headache? This morning I had my first headache, and I also have bopping ears. And again, without knowing it's the radiation or not, we have an amount of radiation coming to Earth that no one here alive has ever experienced, actually. So it is very scary. And entering into solar maximum, there's so much not understood about the sun that the professionals don't even know. And the outcome, there's no professional that can tell you what the outcome of the radiation hitting us is going to happen. See, incredible ear blockage and silme. What's wrong with me? High pitched sound in my ear. That the radiation is going to hit, guys. Okay. That is for sure. We're going to have some problems for sure with the NT. Alex, thank you, brother. I was going to say brother and buddy at the same time, Brady. Diana Kent in the house. She can't, but she is here. Thank you very much. Little play of words. Not funny, but Sobra. Thank you very much. Did everyone see the new vid with Stephen Greer? No. Well, maybe I did. Sobra, leave us a little a bit of information of what just came out. I will be looking for sure. Last I saw of him, and actually it could be the one that just came out on Vlad TV. Often Vlad TV interviews him. And I talk about that, not Vlad, but the Elon Musk in this video also saying, wouldn't it be nice knowing what Elon Musk thinks of Jeremy Corbell, Linda Moulton Howe, all these researchers and people, because you don't hear them talking about the UFO story of what's going on. He's the one bringing people up to the friggin' moon. I would love to get his take on exactly what he thinks about UFOs on the moon. Bob Lazar says he doesn't believe there's anyone on the moon. So that's a part of the story that I know that he lied about. Did he lie intentionally, or did he just not know? Or, when he talks about Zeta Reticuli star systems and the small aliens, what would you say if he told people they were way outside of our galaxy, but in reality, they could have been sitting right there on the moon? And those little gray aliens are not strong enough to build, so they would have to use some other person to be doing the building. That's for sure. Talking too much. I don't even know what I wanted to check now. Stephen Greer, real quick. Yeah. Never mind, y'all. Stephen Greer. Right now, focus on Bruce. But disclosure with Stephen Greer. Anything out recently? Didn't say anything. We'll be hearing about it soon. Anything good, Sobra, that came out of the meeting with that? Hope so. Iski in the house. Thank you very much. Yeah, I must have too. It tastes like pain. Hey, SW, thank you very much. Thanks for coming back, you guys. We will not waste too much time. Right. Thank you very much, Sabra. I don't know why I said Sobra. Dumbass me. Sorry about that. Yeah, cool. We will definitely check that out. Thanks for the heads up and welcome here at the same time. Hope you enjoyed today's stream. They estimate 8 months before restoring electricity in a certain rare place. Imagine it. Would be the end of the world as we know it for sure. You're absolutely right about it. And as a matter of fact, the blackout has already begun because there's already a part of Earth that is blacked out. It might be the part that you're talking about. So there's a lot of things that have to remain energized and need electricity that has to do with defense. That's another scary thought, you know. Wayne Mansfield, how are you, brother? Thank you very much, man. Have a great day to you too. Darla in the house. Darla, yes, lurking doesn't feel too good. So listen, radiation's about to hit. So if you guys are sick, you're probably going to be a lot sicker. So coffee time, Diana. Same hot coffee, hazelnut vanilla. You don't taste the hazelnut. You don't taste vanilla. You know, we live in a fake world. Bruce, the sun is going crazy right now. G3 rising to G4 around midnight. Yeah, it's exciting, eh? Leah, like me, she goes, it's scary, but I want to see what's going to happen. Yeah, I sort of want to see what's going to happen too. Last I saw was an M597. And it was just minutes ago. So what is it at now? I go to spaceweatherlive.com, by the way. A whole bunch of things. Active geomagnetic conditions, a big ass sunspot again, which I will show you in this video. Those of you that have not seen my video, which is most of you, because there's only 1,000 views on the video, and the UFO. I'm not going to show the UFO again. Don't want to bother anyone. We'll show other UFOs, but so maximum X-ray flux. Now it's the first time I see a C. It says S1 minor storm, and it's been like that M class all day. Now the C class. I do believe that it's going to go up tonight. Oh, CME imminent. 2 more Earth. Yeah, man. We're looking at some scary news here. Actually, let me just share the screen here. Why not? And show you where I'm looking at myself. I'll share the entire screen. What's that? What's happening? There we go. So this is on spaceweatherlive.com. So often I use this as a reference because, you know, you get the solar speeds and everything. It's not usually lit up as much like a Christmas tree. But when you come on spaceweatherlive.com, you can come down here and see, whoop, there's more information coming in. Most likely what he just mentions. Yes, 2 more Earth-directed CMEs. So that's why Alex Jones just mentioned the 6 X-class when I had told you all there's 4. Somebody commented this afternoon, there's 5. I said, unless there's a new one, but she was right. So there's 2 more here. And when you click on that, well, you'll get the information. So this is the sun that, just like what I'm showing, right? You look at that 3666 at the same time as the biggest almost Carrington event. Not almost. I'm going to show you the size of the Carrington event. It's smaller than this, by the way. Okay. And we're going to see it beside it, and it's going to give you an idea. And we're going to look at we're going to run through 3 minutes of the basics, the most interesting parts of what happened exactly. What happened exactly at the Carrington event. So S1 minor radiation storm. Now it's the first time I see go down to C. The classes, you have A, B, C, you have classes M, you have classes X. The X is of the biggest class. C is still very big as C. A and B are quiet storms that they don't they talk about them, but they don't even mention them when they occur. You can find out right now. There was 99 sunspots here. Now 3664 is down to 58 sunspots. So gives you an idea of what's going on. So yeah, CME impact right here. So well, isn't that hypocritical? Well, now guys, I'm very worried. That's almost near impossible. That's crazy. Yeah, strong geomagnetic storm. So the solar wind is currently okay, guys. Now I'm a little blown away because the solar wind, as much as you think it's fast right here, the solar wind becomes extremely fast when there's a lot of convection on the sun. When the convection on the sun starts because the sunspots stopped and they're fading down, cooling down, the solar winds go crazy. You can go up into 1,000 kilometers per second. But right now, yeah, the strength of the interplanetary magnetic field is very high. That is not good, guys. Very not good. The direction is strong. G3 strong geomagnetic storm. And it was a C. It was an M7 when I started the stream. So that means it went up very, very fast. So that is not good. The first of the anticipated coronal mass ejections has arrived. A stereo ahead. Yeah, it's happening, guys. Satellite slightly closer to the sun. Okay, the impact has been significant. There was a maximum interplanetary magnetic field. So we can be going offline, guys. We can be going offline very soon. Expect to see extremely violent, murderous tornadoes and storms in the United States. Do you guys want to know where it's happening? If you look on a map in the United States, on the bottom, New Orleans, it's longing all the way across New Orleans, and it's going like from South Carolina, it's going all the way to about the edge of Miami, and that circle there is where all the violent hurricanes, tornadoes, hopefully not hurricanes yet, are starting, and they're pretty bad. I'm telling you, they are extremely bad. Wow, thank you for letting me know that. You see, when I went to see it, it said it wasn't registered yet, but it's because I had to click on the thing. I didn't even know that I had to do that. So, mix ma'am, that is really scary stuff, guys. I am a little worried. Here's Bape. Sunshine 333. Hiya. Maybe I should start the video before everything goes down. Thank you very much, LA. I'm in and out this morning with rib pain. Me, it's literally the femur, I guess, where the connection is of my leg and the hip, where it goes up. It is very painful. Feel like an old man today. Crosshatch in the house. Thank you, man, for being here. Thanks for everything, bro. Been having a headache for a week now. Tabernacle, Mr. Alex Fortier. Hey, winter, spring, summer, fall. We're going camping, man. No matter what, whether it rains or not. There we go. SW, 3:28 a.m. in Australia. Yeah, I do feel lightheaded, guys. I am pretty worried about the radiation. I'll be honest with you guys. I am very worried about the radiation. Some of us can feel energy a lot more than the others, right? I would suggest today a stupid thing. No, not a lot of physical strain. Do not go out and get a tan today. But if you do want to get tanned and you're white as a ghost, 5 minutes in the sun should give you probably third-degree burns. Wouldn't be surprised. Some of you have been noticing that too. I've seen it in the comments that the sun is burning the skin. Yes, it's burning the skin. Definitely burning the skin. Anika, thank you so much. Never mind that heat signature camera. Anyways, I've been checking about that, guys. The one I wanted was $61,000. I would have been dying to have the drone the other day. Guys, are the UFOs going to rise up? We're jumping in a video. Those just arriving. Thank you very much, Twitter. Thanks, everyone. Do you think the UFOs are going to rise up during solar radiation like that? I prayed to God that tonight there's at least, I just want to see one UFO rise up to be able to confirm that they're not humans, because humans don't drive around with solar radiation. Somebody mentioned this afternoon, how is it going to affect the flights? It depends. Are you talking about GPS and them falling out of the sky, or you're talking about the radiation that can go through the fuselage of airplanes? Do you know that? It's also true. So if there's a lot of radiation, how is that going to affect the planes? How is that going to? Anyways, it's a whole, and it has nothing to do with fear mongering. I'm telling you, it's some stuff that I'm really worried about. Thanks again, Anika. Oh, I just missed someone. Anna Aurora Thurland, thank you very much. UFOs are old technology from Atlantis. I like that. The good guys are plasma ships. Thank you very much, Anna, for giving your opinions on this. Hey, Dave, buongiorno. Thank you very much, brother. He says, cool new intro pick. I am scrolling all the way down. Cold here. I think Anika said it. Was that Anika? L. Hi, Bruce and moderators. L, thank you so much. Divine says, good thing I'm a vampire and don't go out. Yeah, well, laugh all you want. I'm the same as you. And I tend to think that some of us are vampires and we laugh about it, but we're probably a little freaked out about it. Clay Jones, have you seen the alien interview part 1 on YouTube? Do you think it's real? What happened to part 2? Did they remove it because it was real? Well, thanks, Clay. Are you talking about the actual gray alien one? Right? I posted that on the member side. The gray alien, where you see a gray alien talking in black and white at the thing. Or are you talking about the one in Las Vegas? Guys remember Angel, that kid? Well, that night, the police officers in Las Vegas also saw some lights in the sky, mysterious lights, and crashing down to earth in the sky, a green light. They confirmed the authenticity of the video. There are 2 aliens that are very tall creatures. Whether they're creatures or not, they're seen in the video, but possibly they said, not possibly, they confirmed that video was authentic. So whether it's true or not, it went through an editing process to decide on whether that video was real or not. So take it with a grain of salt. So Sunshine 333. Absolutely. I could use a week off work. Let it hit. Exactly. Wouldn't this have been so cool if back in school this was happening? When us older people were in school, I would have loved having snowstorm days off like for a week. It doesn't happen. Never happened in my time. I remember getting the bus towed out of the ditch. I swear to you, the bus towed out of the ditch. We were sideways in the ditch, and they sent us back to school. And I remember the kids were telling off the bus. I was so pissed off that morning. Sat for an hour in the ditch. The classes were all held back, and they waited for us. The people at school had an hour free, but us in the bus were all happy, saying, "Hey, we're going to miss classes." Nope, they waited for us. Sander, how are you, brother? Awesome. Family, hey, Bruce, plastering ATM listening in. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, man. I got a good video coming up. Very interesting video. Anna Bone, merci beaucoup. Thanks for coming back all the time. Merci depuis le temps que vous êtes ici. Puis, Anna, bien sûr que tu connais la chaîne Avenue Québec Astronomie. Oublie pas sans faute de regarder ma chaîne de recherche en français. I have a Spanish channel, an English channel, because it's abuse. I'm abused. And I have a French channel of Ni Quebec Astronomy. Spanish is Astronomia of Nice. You can check it out if you have Spanish-speaking friends that would want to be interested in the research. I'm 30 or 40 subscribers away from being at 1,000 since Christmas. I'm telling you, I like it. I must like the trolls, like unsubscribing everyone, or the traffic blockers or controllers. They're like a constipation pill or something. They constipate the traffic here. I sort of like teasing them because the truth still comes out no matter how big I look, whether I'm sitting, in an office with Tucker Carlson, or whether I'm just sitting here with a guitar on the wall and the Canadian flag and a globe. It's truth. It shouldn't matter what people see around me. When you listen to somebody talking about truth, often people will judge them. Look at their cleanliness, look at their houses, look at you can do that, but listen to what people say, listen to me. I laugh. I've survived a lot by staying into myself. Divine Sorcerer, the same, man. And if you're like me, aren't you happy you're not beside the protests? If I was near any protests that have been going on the past few months, I would be in jail. I would be on Skid Row, ready to be hung or euthanized, whatever. In Canada, we do things differently here. It's really easy. If you hate your life, as a matter of fact, we'll take it for you. That could be the Lizzie woman one I saw. I saw that one too. Thank you very much, Elias. We have 159 people listening in. We have a good video to show too. Couldn't sleep last night, says Jules. And the night before, same as me. I always have problems, but it's really been, yeah. Well, thank you so much, Anika. You guys can head over to Rumble. Help me grow on Rumble too, because I'm not growing on Rumble. Rod R is in the house. No, same live as always. Same live as always. I know, isn't it weird? Some people don't know I stream on Fridays. Since 2016, I've been doing that. Yeah, always the same time. But Rod R, don't forget, we got the damn time change sometimes. And some of you don't change times in your countries. So Had to resubscribe again. Are you serious, man? He tells me every time. So, oh my goodness, Anika, are you serious? They must be preparing something big. Oh no, Anika, they're waiting for the video to start. Because when the video starts and people are blocking trolls, nobody listens to what I say. I know sometimes I even call my mom. Hey, mom, do you check out the stream? Yeah, I was just what's the best part of the stream? Looking at all your mods blocking people, the trolls. Are they ever rude? Yeah, well, that's but people don't watch the video. So we got to watch. Sneak Gaming is here. Thank you very much. Hello, welcome. Restless yesterday nightmares or visions of volcanoes going off along the Cascades felt very real. Yeah, well, the volcanic activity is definitely owned by and run by the sun, and the sun is definitely going to speak soon. And we're going to get into the video right now, actually. Once you guys decide which interview you're talking about. Guys, do you actually think that a Stephen Greer video is not going to appear in your face? I've never not been able to not see him. So he's gonna pop up. I'm pretty sure he's gonna pop up. But what do you think of the compartmentalization? What do you think of Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp in one group, and then Linda Moulton Howe on the other side, and Skinwalker Ranch over there, and then Gaia in the back? How come nobody's together? How come nobody's associated together? And right? I know why. See, Susan said it exactly. Only during the videos. Speaking of 420 cheers, 420 cheers to you too, Anna. Perfect timing because I am going to get into that video. Yeah, man, me too. My dreams. My dreams. Well, thanks for coming by, Kristen. Thank you for coming by. You're always welcome here. I love you with all my heart, and I mean it. You guys are really family now. You know that, I talk to you guys all the time. As a matter of fact, if you guys disappear, I have no more family. So my family, but this is like my family. So this is awesome. All right, so let's get into it. Thanks again, Anika, for that generous contribution. We're going to share the screen. We're going to watch a video together. So don't even worry too much about the trolls. Actually, let them write a lot of stuff. That way people will see that there's attacks. Because if it wouldn't be for the trolls, I wouldn't get contributions. People see the abuse and they go, oh, poor guy. So keep it up, trolls. I like teasing them so much. Okay, I'm going to put my face down. Not between my legs, but sort of down here. And we're now sharing the screen. We're going into the video here, which is a long video. There's Elon. I love the guy, by the way, but we're going to have a little bit of fun with it. Let's go. Bob Lazar, Elon Musk, everyone that has ever mentioned. Thanks, everyone. Aliens or space. I'm not saying that they all know about the UFOs or that they know aliens exist. Sure, maybe Elon Musk doesn't believe in extraterrestrials. I'm not putting words in his mouth. I have no idea. I never heard him talk about aliens ever. And here on, oh my goodness, where are we? We're on space.com. Okay, so I don't see any evidence of aliens. SpaceX's Elon Musk says Starlink satellites have never dodged UFOs. SpaceX, with the Starlink constellation, has roughly 6,000 satellites, and not once have we had to maneuver around a UFO. I hope the electricity stays on. Guess what, Elon Musk? Do you think that the very maneuverable UFOs are capable of just not flying at the height of the satellites? Like, Elon, I guarantee you, I promise you, the UFOs will not be flying amongst your satellites. And when you see them, when you do see them, because you guys do see something, what are all the satellites talking about? Everything that they're seeing, right? Satellites are used to track UFOs, Mr. Musk. You know that, right? I don't believe that it's used for cable. Maybe a couple of satellites are used for cable. Maybe one is used for cable. The Pentagon said so. All satellites are being sent up to search for UFOs, and that's what they're doing. That's why I believe there's so many UFOs around the world, for sure, definitely. I'm filming them take off here from the ground, Mr. Musk. So I would love to get his opinion on what I'm filming on the moon, because I show structures on the moon. And if all these big people, with all due respect, Mr. Musk, if you guys don't talk about the moon, it's because you're part of the secret. You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem, hiding the truth. People hiding truth are people that are part of the problem.
Oh, please allow me to pretend that he's listening.
People are the problem, the ones hiding the truth. Bob Lazar doesn't believe there's anything on the moon. So a lot of people say, do you like Bob Lazar? But sure, I like people that don't believe in certain things. Of course. I know the moon's inhabited. And if Bob Lazar says that he knows there's no one up there, he's lying. It's simple. No matter what the rank or status or popularity or fame of anyone and everyone in this world that talks about there not being UFOs up there or not seeing UFOs, does not have anything to do with extraterrestrials not being real. But I thought that was a pretty good one. As a matter of fact, maybe, obviously that's not the image as he was talking. Maybe it is. It shows a good image of Elon. A fun life, Elon, for sure, with what people can get up in the morning and just start talking about you. People like me that don't, you've never interacted with. Mr. Musk, I'm seeing a shitload of activity in UFOs on the moon, and they're leaving the craters and structures as also living organisms. Until that's mentioned, and it will be mentioned probably in about 7 years. Hopefully it will be mentioned a bit before that, before I'm into my 50s. I hope. 41 years old, I started doing this research, and the moon is inhabited. So Elon Musk, what is with this? Elon Musk isn't convinced that aliens have ever visited Earth. On top of it, well, you're probably right about that, because I think they're leaving Earth, Mr. Musk. They're leaving my backyard. So the SpaceX CEO and founder sat down with a panel titled "How to Save the Human Race." Well, tell the truth about the UFOs, first of all, then you can save the human race, right? And other light topics. So light, are we talking like UFO topics, lights, or just a light topic? At the 2024 Milken Institute Global Conference held in Los Angeles on Tuesday, May 7th. During the conversation, the Institute's chairman, financier Michael Milken began by asking Musk how he feels about the well-known opening monologue to many Star Trek series. Why always a Star Trek and Star Wars? I'm so sick of the, oh geez. Anyways, in which it is stated that the Starship Enterprise's mission, this is a joke, okay, is to...
I made visuals, but apparently it doesn't work. Let's just keep listening.
Seek out new life forms and new civilizations. Musk replied, yeah, that's the idea. Musk elaborated, stating that if we send probes out into the universe, we might find remains of long dead alien civilizations. He then launched into an explanation about why he doesn't feel aliens have ever visited our planet. Looking forward to see what he says. Musk told us that he is frequently asked if he believes aliens are among us here on Earth, acknowledging how widespread that belief is. And for some reason, a lot of the same people who think there are aliens among us don't think we went to the moon. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Which I'm like, what's he going to say? Think about that for a second, Musk said to laughter from the audience. Yeah, because they're not seeing my videos. That is for sure. Musk elaborated on why he doesn't believe aliens have visited our planet, stating that he's an alien himself. Come on, brother. You named your, with all due respect, one of your kids a number. I mean, I love it. I mean, even with the thousands of broadband spacecraft that SpaceX operates in low Earth orbit, he hasn't once seen any compelling evidence of either extraterrestrial life or any potential craft operated by non-human intelligence. Well, that's normal, Elon. The satellites don't pick up any airplanes, ever. Never saw an airplane. I think there's one image with an airplane from the satellites. How come satellites don't get all the many thousands of aircraft flying around the Earth? Is it because the airplanes are flying higher than the sataelites? Well,
fake images.
Of course not, right? So Musk elaborated on why he doesn't believe aliens visit on the planet, stating that even with the thousands of broadband spacecraft that SpaceX operates in low Earth, he hasn't once seen any compelling evidence, either extraterrestrial life or any potential craft operated by non-human intelligence. Maybe he's just not mentioning the ones that are operated by us. I've not seen any evidence of aliens, Musk said. And SpaceX, with Starlink constellations, has roughly, I saw one yesterday, has roughly 6,000 satellites, and not once have we had to maneuver around a UFO, but that has nothing to do with Anyways, never, he says. So I'm like, okay, I don't see any evidence of aliens. Okay, all right. It's good to share it with people because people think differently of you, brother. Yeah, I mean it. But like many people, Musk said that he's open to considering the possibility of alien visitation. Oh, okay. If needed, there is, if indeed there is any compelling proof, if somebody has evidence of aliens, that's not just a fuzzy blob. Oh, Elon, he must be talking about me.
Yeah, so
I'd love
the
to see it.
video is all
Love to
fucked.
hear about
My video's fucked. Okay. Wow. Nothing's there. No images. Okay. Give me a second, everybody. Wow. Not gonna win. Looks okay here. In the editor, it's fine, Okay, we'll just go into my editor, and I will show you the direct video there. Just give me a second. I'm sorry for the delay. Get used to it. Bruce's channel. I'm looking for the video I made for you. See why there's all the missing images and links, and you're just seeing me read a page. That's fucked up. No, it's not there anymore. They're all gone. Okay, doesn't matter. It was really fucking funny. It's why I put Elon in the title. But anyways, we'll go back to the video, and I'll advance the video forward. That's all. Sorry about that. Present the screen once again. Share screen. Let's get it down. Bruce is let's get it on. Damn it. Too bad. It was so funny. See, I put all my research here. There's all the aliens were supposed to be appearing here in his hand. It doesn't work. Ready? We still got a long video. Sorry, guys. Let's get into it. Going on the moon, but that would be sort of a little ridiculous, right? Elon Musk is the man they're asking to bring cargo to the moon. Well, I believe that Elon Musk knows all about the aliens, but maybe they're just not aliens. Maybe it's a breakaway civilization. But all this shooting going on up there on the moon and UFOs dropping objects that are lighting up on the surface, showing other flying creatures in the atmosphere. I think it's a beautiful truth. And it was exposed by the public. So I thought it was cool when Elon Musk said it'd be nice to see something that's not just a blurry blob. I thought, hey, maybe he saw my jellyfish. Because you see, the public look at it over all the many years of whistleblowers. It's regular people in the public that are exposing the whole shit show, not the bros. So what could I send to Elon Musk to show him a spacecraft that would possibly be non-human landing on the moon? This is the best I can do. Like I said, I have no spacecraft seeing doors opening up or aliens walking out. Never met one in person, right? Only we see these lights, but that is someone on the moon, in the atmosphere of the moon, going down. We see the propulsion system around this. It is a craft, Mr. Musk. Can't say it's not. It's a shape and form going down. So is it debris falling down to the surface? Well, it wouldn't really react that way. Probably not, right? Like this one here, for example, if I just skim right over and show you the UFOs with the propulsion systems in the atmosphere, and I'm also showing them shooting in the atmosphere. There's no two ways about it. Nobody can say that that's not an alien, right? It's alien or human, but there's someone on the moon. But since we say there's no one on the moon, it would have to be alien. What do you think, Mr. Musk? I'd love him seeing this. So, Mr. Musk, with all due respect, you don't have time to run around people's channels, but look, You're literally seeing a UFO propulsion system. Literally, UFO propulsion system at the back of these craft. And here we can see them really lifting up off the surface, where we can see the propulsion systems behind these objects. And they're objects, they're UFO craft, but we can't see them. But that's only because they're inside of photonic light. But you know all about photonic light. Pretty sure. They are taking off from Mare Fecunditatis. Over top is Mare Fecunditatis. They're right on it, and underneath is the Apollo 11 landing, 100 kilometers downwards. So, you know, if it's not astronauts from Earth that are roaming around the moon, and it's not, because every single professional confirms that right now there's no one on the moon. There's never been anyone living on the moon, right? But there is, and we're looking at them. Let's speed it up here a little bit so you can actually see them going a little faster, because they're fast. So now imagine all the brightness that's on the surface, and you know, the oscillation, these objects moving around fast. You do not see these unless you're actually looking for them. When you start looking for them, you find them, boy, and there's quite a few of them there. So the moon is inhabited. I confirm it to you 100,000%. I can safely and bravely say, after Elon Musk says that he does not sure about the aliens, and again, he didn't mention the moon. I'm just shooting it out there. I'm surprised he's not talking about the moon, though. Like, wouldn't it be fun hearing, you know, Elon Musk talk about Bob Lazar, or talk about Jeremy Corbell, or what they think of the UFOs? If they're not, I think there's something to that. It's odd. They should be mentioning those people. They're talking about aliens. But the beautiful part about whistleblowing, or about bringing truth out, there are always people looking for the truth. And if Elon Musk sees my videos, or sees someone shooting on the moon, he can turn around and go try to find out what's going on, and to say, hey, either be careful that we're being seen, or can say, who the hell is that up there on the moon? There seems...
Get it? I'm never going to be on TV, guys, ever. But a professional, or someone, you know, doing these projects will see this and will inform other people. So I'm just hoping somehow this can bring something out that will protect us and not harm us.
Be some legitimate little videos of people finding things on the moon. Why is it always the public that brings out the best UFO videos? How come the Pentagon doesn't show us shit? Nothing. It's pathetic. Well, they're the ones hiding the truth. But when you see UFOs, again, another craft shooting in the atmosphere, you know, blobs. Elon Musk talks about blobs. He's right. Like, I mean, when I show you this, no, you can't, you know, if you want to say that it's just, you know, a blob, well, okay, but right. It's the blobs that are alive. Just let's call them blobs, whatever. I mean, who the hell, what the hell is up there? Who's up there spraying? I think it's a little weird the way they're able to hide all this. Honestly, do you believe artificial intelligence can hide truth? Seriously, I don't believe it. I don't believe that they can hide UFOs arriving at the moon, and, you know, UFOs splitting in two. Here's one taking off on the surface. Elon Musk, I really appreciate you looking into this and finding out who the hell's up there. You don't even have to get back to me, but it'd be nice for some truth to come out. And as a matter of fact, I've never felt so close to full disclosure coming out. Really, honestly think it is going to come out. And I showed a lot more than just this. Like, I went close to the surface to find out exactly if they're actually touching the surface, because that was thanks to some of the trolls. And
I always show new research, but these, they're trophies, and these will often see me talking about them, because it's what everyone's looking for. It's maddening to hear them saying that we have no proof, but the proof is out there.
Haters say,
it's in the pudding.
You see UFOs, and even this, they said, well, it could be just between Earth. Well, that's stupid. If there's a spacecraft around Earth that's landing, it's even worse. But this one here, seeing them leave Mare Fecunditatis from the interior of the moon, or leaving the surface, and we see another UFO fleet flying by. That's why I find it's important to share out this research. So if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for taking the time to subscribe. Thank you, everyone. Thanks on the X platform. Thanks to Rumble. And of course, my amazing family here on YouTube. Take the time to come over to this channel and subscribe on the YouTube platform, please, to help this official research channel grow. Thanks, everyone. I was not familiar with the Orangeburg County, South Carolina, I guess, the UFO Welcome Center in Bowman burnt to the ground. And that was yesterday, unfortunately. Thursday. Jumping around here back to what many of you call the Dobbs object, except there's a UFO behind it. Do you know that some people thought that this was a plane in the sky? Look at what I'm showing you. Planes don't go downwards on the horizon, even with the effect of seeing them. You will not show me a video of a plane floating but going sideways, not going up or down. There's a UFO at the back. Caught that very recently, beginning of the summer, and then people were like, well, it's a plane. You can think it's a plane. I know most of you don't. And when you look at the nose of it, right, chemtrails usually don't come out from the end of the wings. You know, watch. Once we get a close-up of it to see the nose, burning objects in front, not a normal chemtrail coming from a plane, eh? It's pretty big too, with the UFO in the background. You can see all that in the research if you look around. So thanks. Let's play around here a little bit while you're all here. Let's just bring the exposure right down and see it there. Look at what the hell's going on. See the UFO at the back still? On top, there's several of them. There's 1, 2, and 3, but there's one very, very bright at the back. So is this alien activity? You know, aliens.
There's one at the front too, and they were blue. So the one at the back was blue, and you'll see this one here, and there's like several objects burning, and it's going sideways as this is going downward. So, yeah, I'm throwing it out there. This object is flying by Earth and is being followed by something, but it's not in our atmosphere. That's not in our atmosphere.
Talking about, you know, he's right. You know, we don't see aliens here on Earth. And of course, I was laughing a little bit about him talking about the aliens, as we're all impressed because we're all fascinated with Elon Musk. But
if it is, it's just touching where the atmosphere is. But the problem is that Earth's atmosphere and oxygen extends thousands of miles past the moon. So this is just an object in space burning.
I'd love to get his opinion about whether aliens can live on the moon or whether someone's there. Maybe there is a video about him or not. I'm not sure. So just brought the exposure down so we can see it. Let's zoom into the nose, though. That's what I wanted to show you there. I have good eyes, whether I see all or not. There's a blue object flashing on the left. There's another object in the center, another one on
Imagine a plane letting off that much smoke.
The right. That's either one big object, but it's got several different fires on it. And yeah, that's when Russia was supposed to crash down an object down to Earth. But it only happened days after this event where a spacecraft, they burnt it into the atmosphere. But what's this? So the interesting part about the moon is that, look, this is off of the moon where you see UFOs up way above the lunar atmosphere going by between Earth and the moon. You see them in the lunar hazes when you start plunging in even closer, and you're seeing propulsion systems and smokes, and some of them are exploding and igniting, and they're traveling.
If the professionals say that there's nobody on the moon, and I show you someone on the moon, it's because they're alien. So they have to be alien. This is a Russian video I made.
And you go in even closer, and some of them are leaving the surface, and they're really hugging the surface of the moon. I think I try to show it as often as I can. What happens when Jeremy Corbell shows the chandelier video if it comes out? This one touches the top of my low garage. Look, the garage is there. Is that human, Elon Musk, or is this alien? Is it CERN? These things are going to come out. I have so many questions to ask Elon. This is an object that crashed into the moon, but you see a propulsion system fire that ignites just before it crashes. I'm going to turn it around. That's the bottom side of that elongated object that's going to crash on the moon. And at the back, before it hit the moon, we saw a massive thrust.
I think it's really an elongated object, hint,
of fire and coming out the back, fusioning, whatever you want to call it. This is like plasma, right? You see it coming out of the back of the spacecraft or debris, whatnot, but it has a shape. It looks like a horse head on a chest.
Not a common explosion for an object going down to the moon. So you can see the object here, and you can see that there's something there thrusting out that fire. And this is an object crashing on the moon. That's pretty interesting. It was to me anyways.
Board, literally on the right. And you can see
I'll show you the real
fire
crash too
coming
later.
out of it. And that's just moments before it crashed on the moon. So maybe everything that we're seeing on the moon could be launches that NASA is actually doing, that there's like 50 launches a week or a day happening. It'd be hard to believe. See, that's what was coming down to the moon, like a controlled landing, or like a rocket would do before hitting the launch pad in the ocean, is that this massive fire comes out and starts controlling the spacecraft. Very interesting. An object I caught smashing into the moon. I got the video up. You can see the high rising fire that rose up off the surface, north side of the moon, when it hit the moon. Now we look at it here, bending it quite simply, so we can see that at the end there's like a nozzle where that fire is coming out of it. So in other words, it doesn't look like an explosion. It's something that is thrusting outwards of that. It could be a deliberate way of landing, you know. It's got to shoot it out there. That's a stationary.
The only reason I thought of that as a theory was because Elon had just then started doing controlled descents, where we see the rockets going down, the thrust comes out of the end of it for a controlled descent. So it could be that. Here's the UFO on the right, the orange one, shooting something else again beside it.
UFO orange on the right
on the moon.
On the left of it, we see another fire that comes out of something. And I say something, you don't.
There's no fire on the moon.
What it is, it's too dark, right? And with the clouds and hazes on the moon, we see it, a fire, as an object is getting smaller as it descends to the surface. So I have several hundreds of times and proof of videos, clear live videos showing that the moon is inhabited, that these things are actually occurring up there. So obviously Elon and everyone confirms no one's on the moon. So what are the lights I'm filming? Are they gray aliens in spacecraft? The UFOs are arriving on the moon. It's absolutely exceptional. More than one of them. They go under this incredible haze on the moon. The professionals don't talk about the smoke and atmosphere on the moon because there's a serious problem. But yeah, there's lots of UFO fleet flying around up there too, and I've caught many. I don't know which is the scariest part or which is the most impressive part of what I'm seeing, because I'm impressed. Is it these UFOs that are taking off, or is it all these hundreds of spacecraft flying around that look like cubes, black cubes, and their propulsion, smoke coming out behind them, bases, confirmed constructed objects? It doesn't mean they're Costco's or Walmart's, but do you think that looks natural? I really don't. Here you can see more than one UFO arriving, and when they arrive, they even illuminate the sky incredibly. Now watch here. One just landed on the east side of the moon, and now scrolling upwards as you see the other UFO arriving. And it's not coming from up in the sky. It seems to be traveling already there on the surface of the moon. One of my favorite are these. You can see the little black craft, several of them. And we see light phenomena of them taking off. Here's the video right side up. So this is the right side of the moon, where I'm looking at these objects landing on the moon. Like many of you have showed me before, some videos showing UFOs going to the moon. Obviously that.
When I'm filming with the telescope and I want to see the edge of the moon, is I put the telescope just to say that it's touching only a very small part of the illuminated surface, and on the outskirts here in the darkness. Well, yeah, we see objects arriving on the moon, guys.
I'm not the only person that showed that. Obviously, quite a few have. Are they real videos or not? Well, that's why it's important to document it and to get several captures. But what I'm showing is not even in the UFO reports or questions. There's no ufologists asking questions about what's the exploding lights on the surface, or like this. What are the clouds or smokes where a UFO is inside of this? I'm going to show it to you close enough here where you can see that a little bit there. You can see the structures from the craters on the bottom, but there's a UFO in the smoke or haze traveling around the surface. These that look like living organisms which stop and change direction. So yeah, we can easily confirm that that's not debris, and it's going in the crater.
Bruce shows it blurry sometimes on purpose. When the government reaches me, I'll show them the original videos. This is enough proof.
By the way, so they're in the craters. That's where I see living organisms, I believe, and even UFOs. So when I say UFOs, people have a tendency of thinking flying saucer, but UFO is not a flying saucer. It can be. There are some, but it's not always and only necessarily that. So what are these living organisms if they are not debris? Because debris doesn't stop and take off like that. Literally, it looks like, you know, this object, what is it? Well, sure, it can be debris. It can be leftover rockets or whatever, right? Boosters that are lying around, but you see them and you see them rising out of the hazes on the moon and into the hazes. But now you can't call that a spacecraft, or can you?
This is completely not part of anything ufology. It's not part of, you can call it paranormal investigations, whatever you want. This is on the moon, whether they're living organisms or not. There's a large variety of different captures. So yeah, some of them are spacecraft and some of them can be debris, but they're not all debris because debris doesn't stop and take off again.
Lying around, but you see them and you see them rising out of the hazes on the moon and into the hazes. But now look, you can't call that a spacecraft, or can you? It's a moving object, looks like it has a net or something around it, and you see fluorescent gases coming from them and even fires at the back of one on the right, which is not the same one. What?
Now under this is all the other ones, and they're smaller, and we can't see them because of the smoke. Is it the smoke coming from these living organisms or an accumulation of everything, the camouflage, hiding it?
What are they releasing in the atmosphere? There are spacecraft or living organisms in the atmosphere, and they're releasing something in that smoke and haze, and that's why it's extremely hard to see. Look at this beside Copernicus crater. It's an explosion.
You know why people thought my research was fake at the beginning, eh? Because I show everything that people can't get. There's no two ways about it. And I'm going to show you an explosion on the moon now. They just confirmed it's impossible, near impossible to see.
They're releasing something in that smoke and haze, and that's why it's extremely hard to see.
Copernicus.
Look at this beside Copernicus crater. It's an explosion. Did you see it properly? I slowed it down because it was really quick. It was a flash. But you can even see the puff of smoke leaving after when it disappears. There's a smoke going off to the left in a flash of an instance that you could see that. NASA themselves, guys, say that it's near impossible to see meteors striking the moon. Well, then what am I seeing if it's not a meteor striking the moon? And of course, I showed you this a bit earlier, and it's Mare Fecunditatis, and you see them leaving the surface, or maybe even from that slit, which is being smoked, right? The smoking system, I believe, is what hides everything on the moon, natural or not. Well, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and your interest in my channel and my research. I try to shoot in some recent UFO news in that. There's that object I caught crashing into the lunar surface. Some other objects with the infrared camera that I have here in the sky. Some really cool stuff, guys. I'm telling you, some really cool stuff. And hey, we have so much that we can analyze here in the videos. It's what I've been trying to do since the beginning, is just make an amazing community. We already have one. But to make a bigger one where we can all interact together with all of these videos. Think of it. Everyone's talking about the moon landing and the 5 videos from the Pentagon that actually just recently came out. But all of this, but my gosh, we could talk about it for a while. This one's one of the scariest ones. One of my favorite ones, showing them flaring up and taking off. So if I see them in my backyard taking off and I see them taking off on the moon, I think maybe some people should come back to the channel to see if I keep continuing to get things. UFO and the moon disappearing. And when they disappear, you'll never know where they are, but they're there. And I see them all the time because they give me signs. Here's one on fire or propelling itself into the atmosphere. There may be applying some chemical experiments, or it's the moon people, or it's Apollo, which, how the hell could they be in the lunar atmosphere, like all around the moon? So a lot of people will say, well, how come nobody else sees them? Do you think that's possible? Other people see them. But the people that see this are not mentioning it. I'm taking a chance to mention it because this is what I'm filming myself. It's my own research. So I don't have any gag orders to endure. I don't have any contracts, governmental contracts that I signed to shut up about anything. And that's the advantage of me by being an amateur astronomer. Am I a ufologist? Well, yeah, I studied ufology. I tell you now that I'm a ufologist, but think whatever you want and just keep checking out the research. And if you see lots of UFOs here on the channel, it could be that this channel is.
I'm a lucky amateur. I'm lucky to have everything shown to me in the devices I buy, no matter what device. It's pure luck.
The source for all UFO activity, or some of it. So to give you an idea of the size of what's happening right now, it's right here. Alex Jones also showed this one. I went and got the image. Carrington event size is right here. So the gray is at the end of the 1800s, which, by the way, geomagnetic storm, it was bright. It was daytime.
1859. That's what was documented. And it was done with a sketch by hand of a person. Real size based on the comparison of the size of the sun. So the ending of this video, which is a couple of minutes, we're talking about the Carrington event. And right now, one of you just told me that it's back at storming. So it's a whole week that we've had this, and we've never had that before. And the radiation's on its way. Notice that the sun didn't turn either for that time. The sun literally stayed where it was, and that's not even being mentioned, right? So is it Earth rotating around more or whatnot? I'm going to show you what I caught too on the sun at the same time.
Everywhere. Birds were up in the middle of the night. People in the desert were amazed by the brightness in the sky. And this happened in the period of 2 days, the Carrington event, at the end of the 1800s. Look at the size of it right now, which
1859.
is storming, by the way. 6 X-class flares now on the way. So a quick, brief history of the Carrington event.
Leah, if you're listening, or those of you, this one, remember how it started? Do you remember the first flare when it started days ago, what I posted and what I said? I said it looked like Fentanyl the Dragon. I could show it to you. Scroll back to the before last sun video. That's exactly what I filmed. The same shape and form, the dragon with the horns and the tail. It's you can go back and look in the video. I even wrote in the description of the video that it looked like a Chinese dragon.
It right now, which is still storming, by the way. 6 X-class flares now on the way. So a quick, brief history of the Carrington event. It was a large solar storm that took place at the beginning of September 1859.
99 sunspots that you're looking at in that group there.
Just a few months before the solar maximum, which we're arriving in right now. They say before 2025, end of 2024. We're there. In August 1859, astronomers around the world watched with fascination as the number of sunspots on the solar disk grew. Among them, Richard Carrington, an amateur skywatcher in a small town called Red Hill near London in England. On September 1st, as Carrington was sketching the sunspots, he was blinded by a sudden flash of light. Carrington described it as a white light flare, according to NASA spaceflight. The whole event lasted about 5 minutes. The flare was a major coronal mass ejection, a burst of magnetized plasma. Think of it, from the sun's upper atmosphere, the corona. In 17.6 hours, the CME traversed over 90 million miles, which is 150 million kilometers, by the way, between the sun and Earth, and unleashed its force on our planet. According to NASA's space flight, it usually takes CMEs multiple days to reach Earth. Depends on how strong they are, right? The day after Carrington observed the impressive flare, Earth experienced an unprecedented geomagnetic storm with telegraph systems going haywire. They have the auroral displays, normally confined to polar latitudes, but visibly also seen in the tropics. Okay. Carrington put 2 and 2 together and realized that the solar flare he had seen was almost certainly the cause of this massive geomagnetic disturbance that was happening on Earth. A connection that had never previously been made, according to NASA. That's what they're saying.
Ever since I've been filming the spots, I show these shapes, the black ones, the darker ones that you see. We never see this around it like that, ever. That's
Do you have any idea what the distance from this black spot is to the end of this red flaring here? Many, 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 many thousands of kilometers. This is 200,000 kilometers long. So put several Earths together, side by side, beside that.
Storm of 1859 is now known as the Carrington event. When telegraph workers returned to work the following day, the effects of the Carrington event were still being felt as the atmosphere was still very charged. History.com reported that American Telegraph Company employees found it impossible to transmit or receive dispatches. Alarmingly, they found that they could, however, unplug their batteries completely and transmit messages to Portland, Maine, using only the auroral current in the sky. So there's a risk for the electrical grids, right? Electromagnetic effects also from space based on communications, navigation, weather, forecasting services to electrical power distribution at ground level. So it's been conjectured that a storm on the scale of the Carrington event, if it happened today, it could cause an internet apocalypse, sending large numbers of people and businesses offline for this reason. And now listen, I'm not doing any fear mongering here, but every nuclear power plant, when they go off, there's diesel generators. When those diesel generators stop functioning because they run out of fuel, obviously they're not going to be completely replaced by everyone. Well, that's going to start the contamination and the pollution, and then the water. If there's floods, I mean, think of it with what's coming with the sun. I mean, it's pretty dangerous. Flights, GPS, airplanes will fall out of the sky there. So will satellites. Think of the possibility of what could actually happen. I mean, it's do have to talk about it, all of us together, right? That's besides other things that could happen, like meteors and the radiation from the sun. Those CMEs that are exploding on the sun. I don't know if you know it. They're sending out mass, real, literal plasma that solidifies itself, and it just is flung out into space, right? And the particles are coming at high rates of speed. Think of it: airplanes, Boeing planes, commercial, any type of plane, and including the military, will fall out of the sky. There'll be no more communication, no more GPS. They will not be able to control wars, to know where their people are on the ground. These are things that obviously they're prepared for, that, us, the public, we don't usually think of unless we hear about it. But the military, I mean, all control will be lost. And don't forget, we're continually, being attacked by terrorists. And the minute the grid goes down, that could be very well where these idiots, do something stupid. How are we going to scramble jets if another 9/11 happens? As a matter of fact, if the grid had gone down at that moment, no one would have known what happened. Nobody in the world will be able to communicate with themselves.
That's a scary thought, eh? But again, it has nothing to do with fear mongering, and it's something that we should, just take into consideration. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to die, because no, not everyone's going to die. I promise you. Maybe nobody will, right? We saw Iceland. These are things that I like seeing. I like seeing that in Iceland, there's volcanoes, and that there was evacuations a couple days into it, but people lived. Everyone lived. That's what you want to hear. Some of us are going to lose our homes. Look in South Carolina, what happened in the States. I mean, freaking, you guys are brave asses. I'm telling you. Somebody filmed from the trailer, a trailer inside of it. Okay. The whole freaking trailer, like, going up into the air. It's ripping shit apart, and they're calling them murderous tornadoes. So it's not that we don't know what's going to happen. We do. It's just, it's going to be stronger storms. So be careful, right? But if we're sick, are we going to feel sicker? I don't know. That I don't know. But we hear a lot of people often talking about it. Bruce plays guitar and sings as well on his music channel. Thank you, man. Bruce's music. These are all channels I'm trying to grow. All of them are a handful away from being at 1,000 subscribers. It's been years, guys. Okay. And I'm trying to grow them so that I can monetize them and get ads on it, so that I can continue this research. I'd love to go out and get a
heat signature camera at $60,000. Can you imagine what I could see with that? Know the distances and the heat of everything. I need to find a friend at Skinwalker Ranch that lends me a couple of his devices. But so that you do know, over the years, that's what I do here. And with all of your help, the goal is to buy, devices to be able to show the truth out there. Thank you so much, Anika. Aleaus, thanks, brother. And aluminum foil hat doesn't stop solar radiation. I wonder if it stops radiation. Hold on, I'll give it a try. I have a couple of them. There we go. So, yeah, don't say anything. I broke into the Wi-Fi's home and I went to steal Hecklefish's hat. That's why he had to change his hat. But seriously, I did do a stream at one point and come on like this. And I came on so seriously talking to people. And I was like, hey, everyone, it's never been, and I was doing it on purpose to get the aluminum sound. Like, guys, the moon's inhabited. I'm the only one that knows this, and you have to hurry up because people are trying to kill me. And I mean, maybe that would get me more interest. Probably. Who knows? Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm the hat man. Lots of hats around here. Who else? Tomorrow, 1 p.m., I'll show you my straps. Or right on. Well, I was gonna write it crazy in the video, crazy music, to get more people watching. I was gonna say, guys, check out my strap on. And I said, nah, that's clickbait. I don't want to do that. Jules, thank you so very much. I'll see you guys. You guys rock. Mr. Luke Nathan McGlynn, thank you very much, sir. How's the White family doing? McGlynn White. How is the White family doing? Greetings, everyone. This is Luke from Ireland. You mean from Ireland? You mean the country where the people are standing up for their rights and freedoms? Very beautiful to see. I've been watching the news, man, the last couple of days. Getting pretty crazy. Or get a neighbor to do it if you want. Grow your own too would be even best. So they're not putting products or poisons inside of it. As clever Elon is, one can't help but think that if they are able to hurdle their asses to here, then maybe they will be able to dodge a satellite. See, yeah, but thank you very much. And that's exactly why I mentioned it. It's like, hello. What do you think? The UFO is going to go in front of the satellite and go, hey, it's me. It's Mr. Photon. I'm coming to tease you. My cousin neutrinos are on their way. They're in another dimension. Want to know what neutrinos are? Don't look it up because you're going to be like me, 6 evenings studying neutrinos saying, how come I didn't know about that? Well, it's because, Bruce, you don't do research of black holes and subatomic shit and physics and quantum and string theories and stuff like that. Are you kidding me? I always hoped all my life that I would never have to be able to study that. But that's why people don't know what we're looking at in my research. And that's why people don't know what's going on the moon. Fire and combustion on the moon is not supposed to exist. In microgravity, fire can exist, but it doesn't burn the same way. There are pill shapes and pill forms. So you'd understand outside the campfire, all that smoke goes up and rises with the heat. And oxygen is what combusts it. There's oxygen in the air, and that's why we have fire. If not, the fire would be dim. It would be blue. It would be shaped like in a pill form. Like if there was a fire, well, the fire would remain round
like pill formed, and it would just accumulate in there like a ball of smoke. It would always remain there, right? Because they say there's no evaporation, they say there's no combustion, they say there's no light scattering. Astronauts themselves talked about them witnessing light scattering on the horizon during the sun rising up, right? So somewhere along the line, somebody's lying. We don't know who's lying, but there's definitely somebody lying. Thanks again, Lise. Scrolling all the way down. I hope you enjoyed. So tomorrow you have a stream, my friend, Crazy Music Space Jam. You guys go to see his beautiful instruments at the same time, and straps, I guess. Man, camping strap, all ready to go. All ready to go. Thank you, Leah. Awesome. So the sun just exploded, guys. And Mix Ma'am, thank you so much for giving me that. I would have checked probably just now, but yeah. I'm curious to see what happens. Like, don't forget, aliens can be shielding us. I had a comment the other day. Somebody says maybe that big UFO that was fueling itself up off the sun. This is not my ideal. He said it, which makes perfect sense. Could be pulling some of that energy out of the sun so that it won't explode. Because we were lucky. Sure, there's lots of radiation coming, but imagine all that radiation if it came out in one flash. Because nobody's realizing, most people are saying that the Carrington event will not be as big again this time. Well, I'm thinking that the Carrington event was tiny and that this event could be twice or 3 times bigger than the Carrington event. How scary would that be? And the sun right now, it's going up. Let's see in the right here. G2. No, okay, it's not going. It went down. It went down from the G3, but already G3, we can consider ourselves that there must have been another CME or another flare. We're going to find out because they're a little delayed when it comes to talking about it, but it's not looking good. Not looking good, the sun. It is, Anna. It's absolutely crazy. Sending out love and healing energies with love and light sent from the UK, United Kingdom. Thank you very much, man. Looks like my camera and the pigeon's been on it. Wise guy. Well, honestly, if our history is true, says Lise, if the Vedas are true, if the Sumerian tablets, yes, are true, and the Indian native story are true, very interesting stories, by the way, then we are all hybrids. But isn't it funny how what we're trying to find out is actually already in scripture, not just in books, scripture, older stuff, right? Yeah, the natives, Navajo Nation, they believe that the moon is sacred. They don't believe that any human should ever set foot on the sacred moon. Auntie, that's her opinion. Not sure about him. Well, exactly. I'm happy that he is like the black sheep of the elites. You can look at it that way, which I like seeing. I don't think that's fake. I am sure he's paying billions of dollars. Yes, millions of dollars. But he doesn't have to tell people whether aliens exist or not. He doesn't have to, and he's not denying them, by the way. He says, show me the proof and whatever. It's, they can exist, but he thinks that they would have colonized all throughout the Milky Way. I got flashes from the Milky Way. They're up there. They're out there. So here's the scary part. We have aliens here. We have aliens out there. Here an alien, there an alien, everywhere an alien. Oh, McDonald had an alien. They're all over the place. They're inside of Earth, probably most likely. And don't forget, we call them aliens. Do you believe there can be other beings here on Earth that are completely not like us, but intelligent, and that they're not alien? They're both here. We're aliens, guys. And we could very well be the ones invading the Milky Way, not the other way around. There are coalitions. We have the defense minister of Canada that talked about the Galactic Federation. It did not want to tell humans yet about what's happening, but we will know, right? Yeah, lots of shit happens, Anna. Like lots. If Elon wishes to keep, thanks for
giving me the feedback, guys, about Elon. If Elon wishes to keep his DoD contracts, there you go, the Defense Department, and it's true, he play ignorant on the subject, and right, and he would be smart to do so, Enoch. He would be smart to do so, right? We can hope that if there was something horrific, that he would mention it, right? Or try to look into it. So that's why I say, if somebody sees my research and goes around and tells Elon, look, there's a little craft shooting in the atmosphere. Yeah, we know. They must know about it, right? But like you said, he doesn't have to say that. Yeah, I know. That's the possibility, because now it's become like a game of Clue where you don't know who is what, who did the murders. Is it Colonel Mustard with the candlestick, or is it, whatever? That's literally how it is. Bradford, Mail Prick in the house. Happy Friday. Elon knows. I agree with you with that he knows. Absolutely. 100%. All you have to do is go outside and watch the sky for a while. They're absolutely there. And it's true, man. You're absolutely right about that. That's the only thing you have to do, actually. Donovan, Elon likes money and success more than he likes truth. I respect your opinion. It could be. You'd hope not, though, eh? Boy, we would hope not. Why would someone that doesn't believe in aliens send up a car in space floating around like that? I think it's a little competition with aliens. That's the way I look at it. Sending up a brand new car there. Now, look at it another way. Imagine the people on the moon filming Earth when Elon Musk launched his car, if he launched it. Imagine them on the moon actually getting a shot of a car in space. Can you imagine how that would fuck things up? Maybe we're trying to laugh at the aliens a little bit. You think there's any spacecraft out there with dummies in it just floating around, pretending, I don't know, but I like thinking of it. It makes me go wild. My link to the universe has been showing me ways to save the planet, says my friend Dave. With the booms of mass destruction, been wanting to make a frequency holding me down. Do it, brother. I'm pushing you. Absolutely. MSW, absolutely. I'm sorry for your loss also, because some of you were really friends with him. I appreciated him having connected with me, and his research goes on, that's for sure. But all these researchers were just showing other people's research, eh? And the ones that are actually doing the research are not being confronted. It's a little odd. Look at the musicians. Our favorite musicians, they're not even the ones making the songs. Most of them are not. Most of them are not. But the ones that are making the real music, I make it the music, are the ones that are being not known, not heard of, right? Musk doesn't have a choice. He's their puppet. If not, clone by now. I hear you, Al. I hear you on that one. Jay Widener mentioned you again here a few days ago on the Beyond. Right. Awesome. Thank you very much. Australia loves, yes, because they even show some of my research sometimes. Australia loves Canada. Was the first country I ever wanted to visit. To no avail, but being here now, I feel like I'm astro traveling. We could swap PMs. Hey, listen, SW, I would love swapping shoes with some of you. Just, wouldn't that be crazy though? Like, those episodes where guy from Australia comes down and live with another family and that family goes back to the other country. Maybe we should do some of that. One of you guys or gals just call me up and we'll literally trust each other, meet up at an airport in one of our countries, give over our keys, allow the house to be just to swap lives, Hopefully one of them is married and we get to use the wife. Oh, no, kidding. Just in case, I want you all to know I love you all. My life has been so much better with the BSA family. I really want to hear that, Kristen, and I appreciate hearing that, and I'm happy. It's kept me alive. Thank you. Big hugs. Big hug, big kiss. I love you so much. Thank you, Kristen. Yep, sounds about right, eh, Susan? I agree with you. Didn't India just land a craft on the moon very recently? They did. You see, India landed, okay, there was 2 attempts for India, and they didn't successfully achieve a landing. When they did at one point, it was the lander that went off because they say it's going to have to be several, weeks in the dark,
But it's funny you mentioned that, Dave. We we don't seem to have heard about them again, eh? Which is very funny. Thanks so much, everyone. And thanks to you. Elon knows that's why he's trying to get humans to Mars. Deborah, I heard that also. Deborah Sullivan, welcome. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for giving me your opinions. Elon only talks about Elon. Thanks, Susan. That's true, though. As do we, Kristen. Curious how many here have been abducted at some point and returned a bit later. I wonder if not all of us, and all continually being abducted, which is just that, in itself is a scary thought. Yeah, I have to scroll way down, eh? There's a lot of people here, so I'm really happy for that. I thank you all. We don't get subscribers on Brucey's at all, actually, so not one subscriber. We lost 3 during the stream. Big black holes. You see, they're doing illustrations now what it looks like to enter a black hole, and they say that they're using a quantum computer to do so. Yeah. Used to have an ear plastic fitting bullshit deflector. When that went on my athletes, shut up, it worked perfect. Most of defense truly sucks a lot. Don't. Yes, they do, SW. Right on. Wayne says, hi, Bruce, just think the time next week we could be back in the 1700s. Thanks, son. Literally, we can be back, plunge into the dark ages, guys. In a way, are some of you like me wanting it to happen, thinking that maybe the elites will shut their asses up for a little bit? I can't stand them. Right on, Elias. Thank you so much, brother. That old sun is sure fluctuating high to low and back again. Yeah, the up and downs are scary, man. Pressure up, pressure down, magnetic connection, negative south is exactly what's going on. It's not good, man. Yeah, some people think so. Hope you're not laughing at me. Yeah, we did have a shot in a few things. So I'm really upset that video, all the funny stuff that I made in the video did not even work. That's really sad. I don't understand why it didn't work. So let's see if I move some stuff over here. Is it up there? No, I guess I deleted it. What the hell, eh? Is it in my garbage? Friday stream now. Yeah, that should be the one. Let's give it a try. Let me see if that was there. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show. Okay, so I showed you the wrong fucking stream. It was just 1 minute. I am going to show it. Friday stream now is there. You go now. And then we'll get off after, guys. You'll be pardoned from being here. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening in. Really honored to see the large group of people that stopped by, guys. 200 doesn't happen here. So this is the part that I wanted to show. Just thought it was funny. Ability of alien visitation. Oh, okay. If needed, there is, if indeed there is any compelling proof, if somebody has evidence of aliens, that's not just a fuzzy blob. Oh, Elon, you must be talking about me. And I'd love to see it. Love to hear about it, Musk said, but I don't think there is. Well, Mr. Musk, you'll be hearing from me shortly. The SpaceX CEO, again, then pointed out how concerning the lack of any evidence of alien civilizations is for the future of humanity, opening that even if an ancient civilization managed to last 1 million years, it should have easily been able to explore and settle the entire Milky Way galaxy. And I believe they really did. I think the answer might be, he says, probably is that civilization is precarious and rare, and that we should really think of human civilization as being like a tiny candle in a vast darkness. I totally disagree with that. And we should do everything possible to ensure that candle does not go out. There's many other candles coming, though. That's the problem. Despite having, this is disappointing. Anyways, despite having never had to move out of the way of a UFO, we keep slinging around that, Starlink satellites do, in fact, regularly make avoidance maneuvers to dodge debris.
So, I thought it was just funny
spacecraft
being able to show that, spacecraft. And I've never told people that I see all these spacecraft with doors opening up and stuff, big aliens in my yard or whatnot, which they said was authentic, the video of Angel. I keep thinking Chris Angel. He's also in Las Vegas. I think, maybe not. Didn't a plane go past the sun? What plane? Yeah, man, I hear you. Lots of amazing stuff, but some sus stuff for sure. No probing, thanks. Thanks again, Deborah, and everyone for stopping in. We are streaming tonight at 8 o'clock. That is for sure. Elon knows stuff. He ain't saying shit. Donovan, you're very right about that. Not probably, I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Anika. Thanks, you guys, for the generous contributions and everything. You guys are absolutely amazing. All the help. I'll never be able to thank you all enough. But the research will continue and will only get better, I promise. I don't even dare, but I wish somebody would. I wish somebody would go and share it, on his page. It would be cool getting stuff. Even, what would be cool? That he actually laughs at me or something like that. I mean, it's something, just want a little taste, something. Come on. Can't believe I watched the old British comedy to get a giggle when I was depressed. Now I'm oppressed. Divine says, of course, Elon knows. That's why it's much better over there than Facebook. That's exactly right. You'll never see them. Our country keeps shooting them down. Got to use the universe link. That's right. Or astral travel. For sure. British comedy for me is the funniest. It is the funniest. I love it. But will we know it if we flung back 1700? Yeah, exactly. Will we know we were flung? I think so. Why, thank you very much, Norma. Thanks for being on Rumble. I'll see you at 8 o'clock, Norma. Thanks, guys. Had another good stream. I thank you all so much. Very important. On the likes on Rumble, it's 11 likes against Peter's 10 dislikes. Peter the Pumpkin Eater. Love you, buddy. Put love in your heart, my love. There you go. SW says, Jesus loves us all. How could I complain? Well said. Well said. Absolutely well said. He's there. Always beside me. Guys, I'm getting off. Head to Rumble to tease the trolls. The trolls can't get any higher than 10 because he doesn't have 11 friends. So go put 2 likes at 12 and you'll see this. Anyways, Diana, thank you very much. Auntie Honey, I love you guys. See you tonight, Star Hunter. Thanks, brother. Thanks, Anika. Thanks, everyone, for the generous contributions today. If you're here, it was a beautiful contribution. Rumber. I was going to say Rumber and Twiddle. Twiddle-dee, twiddle-dum. Twitter, Rumble. Everyone, thank you so much. SW, I appreciate that. Salute back.
Right on, Alex. Thanks, buddy. Flyby accepted. And I saw you this time. I'm not going to leave you hanging, brother. You flew by twice yesterday, blew the hell out of my hedges. Deborah says Nikola Tesla would have never designed an electrical vehicle. He knew about free energy and tried to tell the world. And he did, Deborah. He absolutely did. So now they took that and they use it for the elites, but they're not using it for investments in us, that's for sure. Bye for now, everyone. I love you very much. And be watching the sun, be expecting tonight. Some of you might have a hard time sleeping because of the radiation. And we'll see what happens in a couple of days. Luke, again, thank you very much, brother. Thank you, Whiskey. Bye for now, everyone.